Was a mink. Depending on the lighting, I can actually twist the front of this. Oh, she's a beauty. Good morning, everyone. Say hi. This is my brother Daniel.
How's it going?
It's early morning, and check out this beautiful East Coast view. Sun's just coming up over this way, and we decided, hey, let's go and take a photo of these three churches that are over here. Beautiful, calm morning. Reflections of the church in the water is perfect. I was kind of hoping for that perfect strip of fog, you know. On the drive here, there was a lot of fog in the valleys, and on the weather network, as well as some other weather apps and stuff, was saying that there's going to be fog. But you look way over there, the sun is just starting to light up all the boats and stuff that are in the harbor. So what I've got here, travel to the East Coast, is got my Nikon D850. I've got the wide angle lens. I'm probably going to shoot this one with a 70 millimeter. So here's a 24 to 70, and I've got a drone, so I might fly the drone here for a bit. So without any further ado, I'm going to set up and get shooting. The tide is going out. So wherever we're standing here, we're going to be safe. I mean, we're close to where the highest tides are in the world, so we want to make sure that we can set things up and we're not going to get swamped, I guess, as we're shooting. So the tide is going out, which is okay, because if you look across the water here, it kind of shows the contrast of the wet rocks and seaweed, the lighter rocks, and then you got all the greenery and the bushes, and then these beautiful churches across the way. So the water, there's a bit of a breeze coming through, but it's settling down. I'm actually going to put a filter maybe on the front of my lens and slow the shutter speed way down so that it's got this nice soft surface of water. On the front of my lens, I've got a 6 to 9 stop filter. And so depending on the lighting, I can actually twist the front of this back and forth. So the reason why I put it on is because there was a bit of wind and it caused some ripples, and so I can slow everything way down. Right now I'm shooting at f14. It's 6 seconds open shutter, and I'm at ISO 64, so I'm slowing everything way down. 6 seconds, smooths everything out. Here's a shot of this beautiful scenery with the three churches. If, you know, everything turns out and I'm happy with it, here it is for you to view. So, what's Daniel up to?
Taking some shots of these colorful houses here. You can see here, we got a little boat shot.
There's some colorful houses across the way, and then there's this nice little boat. have a whole lot of time because the light is getting harsher, but as you can see, it is super calm out. There's a mink right over here. Just saw playing in the water. Oh, there he is. See him? He's like right in there. I'll try and get in closer. There he is. It's right there. Little mink. Wow, that was wild. There was a mink through this area right over here, and he was in search of food. He ended up finding a crab, actually quite close to here. I just took a whole bunch of photos. I'm really happy that I at least brought the 70 to 200, because not only was there a mink that I got tons of photos of, but there was a kingfisher up in the tree. Never got any action shots. I don't know where the kingfisher is right now, but yeah, check out these guys floating along. It is a stunning morning. I'm just gonna quickly grab a shot because it's kind of pretty. Brought my traveling tripod with me across the country. This is its height right here, not too bad for most of the things I need to shoot. And I've got my backpack, so I've got the 3 main lenses that I travel with: 14 to 24, 24 to 70, and the 70 to 200, all 2.8 Nikon lenses from my Nikon, as well as the film camera that I've got, Sony. And yeah, beautiful day. We're packed up, we're ready to go to the next spot. I've also got a drone with me with some extra batteries, so excited to see more, and also have some coffee. So I am back in British Columbia in my office, and some of the footage that I took was on this DJI Mini 3 Pro drone. This is new to me. I had it for about a month, but I took a lot of video in Nova Scotia when I was there. And you may have seen some of these clips that are fine and smooth for the first little bit, but then they start kind of tearing apart. And that happened over and over and over again, where it kind of stitched itself back together for 3 or 4 seconds and then tore itself apart. So there was an issue with this drone. Now, I had it at the very beginning when I first flew it here in British Columbia, and I thought it was like maybe a corrupt SD chip that I had in the drone. But I updated the firmware, went to Nova Scotia, kind of been busy with everything. Flew it all the way around, and everything looked really, really nice on this nice screen that I have. So there's no issues here, and I thought to myself, oh, obviously everything is going great, flying it around. Well, I wanted to share more about kind of the churches, maybe their history. I had some of these clips right here, or I did some nice slow pass-bys, and I love this drone. Everything is great about it, except for the major glitch. Now, I searched the web everywhere. I couldn't find any information about this specific problem. I've seen a lot about, a shutter and different shakes, or the gimbal in the front kind of screwing up, but nothing about this type of behavior. And I went on to Reddit, onto the DJI kind of forum, shared the video there, and within like 10 hours I got like a couple thousand views and response from even DJI themselves. And so now that I've been back, I've updated the firmware, and I took it for a test flight. Everything looked great, and I also made some changes on the controller. So no issues up till this point. But as a photographer, you kind of just hope things, especially as new as they are, and even when you update the firmware, that they are just going to work, and sometimes they don't. One thing is maybe to have, updated SD cards, maybe to check things before you go. And I brought my laptop with me to Nova Scotia, but forgot the power cord. So I had to use someone else's, and long story short is that I think the best thing is to take it nice and slow, check to make sure that things are working properly, and even then things could still fall apart. So I wanted to show you more of that, of the videos that I got. I have another episode that I want to do of my time in Nova Scotia. I went to this cool cave, river going through it, and a waterfall. So I hope to share that at some point. For some of you that have seen my last episode, which is on film photography, I am still going to be posting something about that. I paired my film camera with a big 500 mil kind of newer lens. And if you're interested in film photography for wildlife, I got a link up here. You can check that out. If you guys liked this content, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear about that down below. And if you aren't subscribed, think about subscribing. My name is Shannon. I'm a full-time photographer, and I'm kind of just, dipping my toes into this whole YouTube thing, and I've been really enjoying it. And I've got more of my videos that I'm going to post up here. So thank you so much for joining, for being a part of this whole fun adventure, and we'll see you on the next one. Maybe some fish and chips.